Okay, so as part of this video, like we will see how to explore and create the reports with Data Studio. So Data Studio is one of the service available by the Google Cloud platform to generate, or you can say to create a reports. So let's start the lab. Copy password, open Google Console. These are the normal step. Next. So this is just the overview, what is Data Studio and what is the BigQuery. So Data Studio is, you can say, a tool which is used to create a report, or you can say to create a dashboards, which actually turns your data into a useful informative dashboard. And BigQuery is a service or tool to query terabytes and terabytes of data without having any infrastructure. So as part of this lab, what we will do, we will create a new reports in the Data Studio. I agree, terms and condition. So basically, like we have two options. Like one option is, if we open the directly under the big data, if we open the BigQuery, done. And like if you have watched my like earlier video, like you noticed when we open any public data set, now this is our project, and in our project, like we don't have any data set available. So if we query any public data set, like the output will be display like in this section. So basically in this section here only, where I am moving my cursor, and on top of the output we will see like one more option, that is the open in the Data Studio. So either we can directly click on that, so that the particular table or the particular output will be directly open into the Data Studio. And the second option is directly open the Google Data Studio link. So like datastudio.google.com. So we open this link. Now this is the like the first page which we will like which is opened in front of us. So in the Data Studio, like let's read the overview once again. So Data Studio turns your data into informative dashboard. So first we need the data so that we can create the dashboard. So from where we will get the data? So we have so many like sources from where we can get the data. The one source is the BigQuery. Like let's suppose we have the data in the BigQuery and we want to fetch the data from the BigQuery and want to create a report. The second is like maybe your data is in your database like SQL, MySQL or PostgreSQL. So right, so we have so many options. So let's create a report, launch Data Studio and create a blank report. So we will click on the create a blank report. So just click on the I agree and continue. Okay, these are some recommendations. So I'm using the Quick Lab tool, so no need to recommend. So if I re-click on this, so you will see it will ask add data to report, and it will giving me so many connectors. So where I want like like where, what is the source actually, whether the source is the BigQuery, whether the source is the Google Sheet, whether the source is the Google Ads, whether I want to manually upload, whether the source is MySQL or PostgreSQL, whether the source is cloud storage. So we have so many options. But as part of this lab, our source is BigQuery. So let's click on the BigQuery. Let's authorize it. So we know in the BigQuery generally, like, we have the project, and under the project we have the data set, and under the data set we have the tables. So as part of this lab, like, we have selected the source as the BigQuery. So first we need to select the project. So this is my like my project, right? Or we can say, like, in the my project section, this is my project, but we don't have any like data set created under the my project. So what we will do, we will use the shared projects. So shared are basically the public projects, public data set, you can say, available to us. So we will click on the shared projects, and as part of the shared project, so one shared project is available to us which we want to explore. So we give the project ID. So it shows us all the data sets available under this project. So we have to use the e-commerce data set. So we will use the e-commerce data. So once we click on the e-commerce data set, it will show us all the tables under the particular data set. So which table we want to use? We want to use the sales report table. So we want to use the sales report table. We can, I think, search as well, sales report table, yeah, and click on add. Now it will automatically took this particular like, it will take us 1 second, add a report, add to report. Now it will like generate some dummy table. Okay, so though the table we have so many, like you can say the column name, but as of now it shows only like one column, that is the product SKU table, product SKU column, and corresponding to that it shows the record count as a metric, right? So if we want to show like some more tables in the form of like graphs, like we want the product SKU table or any other column name as well, and rather than record count, we want some other like metric as well, whether we want the percentage or any other metric. So we can like change our like dimensions, we can change our metric from here. So let's see that. So what we have till now, we have just like launched the Data Studio, right? We click on the generate a blank report, and after the generate the blank report, we need the data source. So we select as the BigQuery as a data source. So once we select the BigQuery as a data source, we need to select the data set and the table. So we select the public data set. Okay, so now they have mentioned, okay, so till now we have selected the sales report. Okay, so they mentioned like we have so many other fields available as well. So they told that just drag and drop the like the ratio field. So we have the product SKU field as well. So if we want the ratio field as well, so just drag and drop here. So now along with the product SKU, we will see the ratio field as well, right? And here you see the ABC and 1 2 3. ABC means it is the like the string. 1 2 3, it is a numeric field. Okay, so this is done. Now so even we have even more further facility. So it is the ratio, so we can change the ratio. So just click on it. So the type is here number, we can change the type to the percent. So now instead of the 0.0577, you will see 5.77%. Let me revert it. So if I see numeric to number, you will see 0.057, 0.59, 0.05. So if we want to show in the form of percentage, we can change into percentage. So that's done. Okay, now so if you see, like we don't have any title, right? So the next section is basically like add a report title and a page title, right? So just copy the title which is given, click on top of this, remove the untitled report and just click on it. So we have the title available now. Okay, in the above section, like we forget to delete the table which we could just created. So to delete the table, just click on it and press delete. Okay, so we have added the title now. So it says that like this is the report title. Now we need the page title as well. So whenever, like generally you see, if you see any report, like we show the report, like first we have the title, right, and then we have some table, then we have some graphs, right. So we need the title here as well. So we have the text box available. Click on it and draw the text box and type what is given in the type. So the type is the product inventory watch list. So under this, just paste on it. So now we will change the dimension. So we can change it to 32 pixel. We can change the font. Right, we can adjust our this text bar. We can drag and drop it, whether we want into the center or wherever we want. Okay, so this section is also completed. Like we have added the title of the report and the page title as well. So this is the page title, so and the report title. Okay, and we have added some text. We have changed the font size to 32 pixel, and we can change so many other options. Like if you click on it, we can change, as of now it's a Roboto font. We can bold it, italic it, whatever you want as per our demand, we can do that. Now, so okay, now we have some text available. So let's suppose we want to draw some table here. So what we will do, we will go into the insert section. So we have so many options, like we will draw some chart, we will draw some pie chart, we have table, scoreboard, so many options available. So as per the lab, we have to draw the table. Just click on the table. So wherever we want, either we want in the center or at the left side or at the right side, just click on it. So by default, like we have the product SKU and the record count available. If we just need any other field, we can drag and drop. Okay, so it says that by default it will see the product SKU table. Okay, fine. So in the metric section, we see the record count. So this product how many times this particular product number is available in our table. So this product number is unique maybe, so the record count is 1. So this record count is 1. So if we want some another metric rather than record count, let's suppose, so we want the other metric rather than the record count, we want the stock level. So how the number of stocks available corresponding to this product. So first we remove the record count. So I have removed the record count. So now the record count is removed. So we will add a metric and select the stock level. So you will see this product is available to the stock is 2046, right. And this product is 1997. Okay, now they told that okay, so drag the ratio to add it as a new metric. Drag the ratio drag the restocking lead time. And also like we can like 1 minute. I generally face issue. Do we need to add the metric or dimension? 1 minute. Let me try to add the metric ratio restocking. And if we click on, okay, this get repeated. 1 minute. Edit ratio, yeah. So now they have mentioned like we can even sort some fields, right? So that is the ratio is in some like random format, like 13 to 14:7, right? Sorry, 0.040, 0.01, right? So we can like sort it as well. So we can sort it as well. So to sorting it, like we have the descending and ascending option as well. I am unable to scroll it down, drill down. No, I generally face issue. How to do page down? If I scroll this particular section, scroll. How to scroll this here? Okay, let me scroll this first and then go to this. Yeah, oh, that is a trick. If I go to the style tab and scroll it and then again come to the data section, we could see here like we can like we have this some ascending and descending option available. Something wrong happened. 1 minute. We have all these fields. It is very tough to. There is no scroll. Like we have this scroll tab in the style section, but we don't have any scroll in the data section. If I have to scroll, how should I scroll? Stoke level. Ratio and restocking. Yes, and now we need to sort the choose ratio from the drop down menu from the new sort field. If I go here and scroll down a little bit and then come here. Okay, sort is ratio. Again go here and then scroll a little bit more and then come here, scroll here and then choose the ratio and then sort it. Now it is getting sorted, right? It took me much time just to even scroll the page. Okay, so we can we have so many other options. Like we have the descending and the ascending option. We have so many other options, like we can style the tab, we can wrap the text, right? So if we go to the style section, we can wrap the text, so the text get wrapped, right? So you see, if I remove this, so it is now unwrapped. We are unable to see the whole product, product name, though we can extend this, but now we are unable to see. If we extend the whole table, no. If we expand it, no. If I expand this particular section, okay. If I expand this stock a little time, then this create the issue. Okay, fine. So we have the wrapping facility as well. Next is manually adjust the width of the table. Okay, yeah, that's done. Confirm your report is looks similar. Stock level, ratio, stock level. Okay, we have the ratio field here and restocking level. So let me change the order as well. So our stock is above, so now it look very similar and it is in the descending order, right? Okay, create an interactive filter. So we have interactive filter means if we want to search any field, what is the product SKU name. So one option is I have to go to the next page. The other thing is we can use the interactive icon here. So we have where is the interactive icon? This is the interactive icon. Advanced filter. Above your data table, click and drag to create a filter. Let me delete this. So they said okay, now we have name as well. So the report something like name. First is the 1 2 3 column, then name, then product SKU, stock level, ratio, total ordered as well. We don't have a total ordered. Total ordered as the metric. Okay, let me scroll down a little bit. Total ordered as a metric. Yes. Okay, this is the view button, so we can see the our view in this way. Let's click on edit. So but till now we have not created an interactive option. How to create the interactive option? Even in their report I don't see an interactive option. Where is the interactive option? Okay, leave this. They just mention click and drag. Click. What is this? Drop down list. Okay, if I view it, what is interactive in this? Okay, so this is interactive option. Fine. So we can create the interactive option as well. So if we want to just let me uncheck all. If we want only one product, so we can see only one product. If we want two products, we can see two products, right? So we have created the interactive option as well. Fine, so this is the end of the lab. So basically we see like how to like use the like a data studio option, data studio services, and how to use a few options. Yeah, so that's the end of the lab. One minute, I want to see one more option. There is a cache option, I think, in some settings. Report settings, file report settings. One option is to just to refresh the data here. Okay, refresh the data means let me refresh the data. So refresh the data means, let's suppose if in our BigQuery table at the back end the data got changed. So let's suppose the stock level for this is from 2 to 4, but here we still able to see the stock level as a 2. So what we can do is we can like refresh the data. So here like we will see the stock level as a 4. So one is a refresh option, but we have the cache option as well. So let me check. We have 10 minutes left. Cache option is in some. Let me Google it 1 minute. Cache option in Data Studio. They say that edit the data source. You can do the within the report or from the data source. From there, at the top, click data freshness. Check for fresh data. Select a new refresh option if available. Check set data refreshness. New refresh option we see here. Refresh data here. If we click on the report, will we see after this? 1 minute. This is styling only. Where is the cache? Refresh data. Report settings. Select data source. This is the report setting only. Okay, view or edit the report. In the top right, click this and click the refresh data. Yeah, we have already seen we have the refresh data option. That is the manual option, but where is the thunder symbol? You can see if the data is coming from the cache by viewing the report and looking into the bottom left corner. When all the charts on the current page are being served from the cache, you will see this lightning bolt. Where we will see the lightning bolt? 1 minute, let me view this data. Not in the view. Where is the lightning bolt? How I know whether it is served from the cache or not cache? Refresh data. Refresh data option we see. Okay, though it is not the part of this lab, but I want to show that like we have like one extra option, like where that is the refresh option. If some data got changed within the BigQuery and it is not reflected here, so what you can do is you can manually refresh the data, because we have the cache facility available within the Google Studio. So what it will do is it will first try to read the data from the cache. So that's why you like sometimes like you see the old data as well, even at the back end, that is in the source the data change, but in the report it not reflected. That is because of the cache. So one option is to refresh the data, and the other option is I think to disable the cache, but I'm unable to see like where we have the disable cache option. Anyhow, leave this. So this is the end of the lab.